Hello everyone, my name is Mukul Thuse and welcome to Raecroot's YouTube videos. Today we are going to deep dive into a very important topic which is not just important for employers but even for the job seekers. We are going to look at the landscape of the modern recruitment techniques. This involves multifold information as to how the recruitment world works today, how is it going to benefit you, and how you should practice it. So let's not wait any longer and just deep dive into the same. So welcome to the segment 1, the evolution of recruitment. Now before we decide to step ahead into strategies and understanding how you should recruit or how you should apply, what is going to be the mindset of a recruiter, let me first make you understand how the recruitment has evolved over the years. It's not a new term, it has been over there for ages. Now what do we mean by recruitment? It's an activity wherein you hire people, it's an activity wherein you start working with someone, correct? In layman's language, of course. Now, the traditional methods have been replaced by the latest innovative approaches using technology, data, and new communication channels and many other things. So let's quickly look at the multifold of the recruitment timeline in overall. In the 19th century, newspapers and magazines were the job hubs. The job seekers used to be ready with the highlighters and cutters and scissors to cut out that particular advertisement which was published in the newspaper or the magazine that they felt was suitable for their needs. Now this came with multiple challenges because there used to be a lot of advertisements placed in the newspapers and the magazines. The surge of walk-ins meant additional costs for the employers. They required to conduct and set up interview stations or any kind of environment as such. Moreover, the productivity hours of the managers conducting the interviews were also invested at a scale. And this was always without refining the candidate who's walking in. So there used to be a lot of interviews which were always rejects because they were never fitting the criteria. Now, for the candidate as well, this journey was very demanding. They had to travel to multiple places, attend the particular interview, and the poor candidate never had an idea whether that particular skill set or capability is matching with what he has on his resume. But again, those were the days when we were far away from the technology that we have today. During the late 19th century and the early 2000s, the revolution of .com was a big hit. People like Naukri.com, Monster.com, TimesJobs.com, etc. made their way out in the market in replacing the traditional methodology of newspapers and magazines with a home computer. Thanks to the revolution in technology as well, there were cyber cafes and home computers set up across the country. Now this wasn't only limited to setting up a computer but also having a dial-up internet at every home thanks to BSNL. Back then it was very simple. People used to log into a job portal, apply for a job, and that's it. Then wait for the HR to get back to them. These were certain challenges which were available in the market. Another challenge that employers typically faced was redundancy in the data. Same set of candidates applying to the same kind or the multiple companies but for the same job. So A company, B company and C company shared the same database. And that's where they started the candidate war. Getting the candidate hijacked from one company to the other after even getting the offer. Well, we are facing the repercussions of that today, ain't we? So with the rise of the social media in 2010 to 20, websites like, or the social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, they all gathered a lot of candidate information. This was indeed an area of opportunities which were opened for the recruitment industry. Focus shifted towards pinpointing the candidates with precise matching skills. Rather than just waiting for a candidate to approach you, the proactive methodology of approaching the candidates who were matching the perfect skills and capabilities brought a new change in the market. However, again, this too had its own set of challenges. Misrepresentation of information, data law, breach of information, all these things were a part and parcel. But with time, with slow and steady evolution of the social media security norms, today we do live in a world wherein we can say 80 to 90% of the data that we mine from social media is fair enough, it is good, it is viable data, and vice versa. The same goes with the candidates. Candidates can today rely upon social media advertisements. They can verify whether the person who is giving out this advertisement is a legit person or no, and whether they should apply to this particular company or no, because again, the review of the company is available on social media. That's the power of social media recruitment, my friend. And I'm pretty sure you all job seekers and recruiters are taking utmost advantage of this particular segment. Welcome to the new realm of AI and automation. And who was blessed the most? Of course, the recruitment industry. Recruitment industry got a pivotal turn into humongously advanced, technically strong. I'm falling short of adjectives in today's era. Recruitment has gone from manual to a complete autopilot mode. Right from shortlisting the candidates to screening to conducting the first round of screenings and setting up interviews, everything, my friend, is done automatically today through AI and chatbots and predictive analysis and the best means of data-driven technologies. Now, when I use these terms, what are the three most important terms? Predictive analysis, chatbots, and data-driven recruitment. Now, when I say predictive analysis, what comes to your mind? I'll tell you what is going on today exactly. The predictive analysis allows the data and the information captured from the candidate to be precisely analyzed and give you very accurate results as to candidate behavioral, candidate technical aspects, candidates' communication skills, candidates' overall cultural fitment, and so on and so forth. This used to eat up at least around 2 to 3 hours of every HR recruiter to analyze and understand the candidate. Moving on, we have chatbots, the tireless companions of our recruiters. I remember recruiters picking up the phone, dialing up the numbers and speaking with the candidates day in, day out. There used to be set targets like in a call center or a BPO environment. There used to be sheets which were kept in front of the recruiters. All they had to do was just tick mark whatever the answer your candidate is going to provide, and then later on somebody sitting across over there had to evaluate all of that and give you results. My friend, all of these things have been changed with introduction of chatbots. These chatbots can be accessed at any point in time, at any place by our candidates, and they can simply answer to the questions which are already pre-fed in the chatbot, and chatbot will use the smartness and ask the questions which are required at the right point in time based on the previous question. This is the power of chatbot. Now both of these come together and begins the journey of data-driven recruitment. All the information captured in the predictive analysis from the chatbots, this all is combined into an engine. It's processed, it's made suitable as per your requirements. So maybe a job requires A, B, C, D, and this can be a combination of AD and BD and CA, any combination. All you need is a perfect match which will fit into this combination, or maybe the closest of all. The data-driven recruitment today brings out a listing with a percentage level matching of the candidates. I personally know many startups who are working in this particular industry and have done wonders. So a typical recruiter used to spend around an hour to understand an eligible resume. Today, that time is replaced by 10 seconds. Yes, my friend, 10 seconds. Let's talk about the future. Virtual reality. So let's imagine this. Step into a portal of the future, a realm where boundaries and reality and possibilities of blur. Okay, just introduction of AI and automation transformed our connectivity. Similarly, the future holds great amount of surprises filled with innovations with the use of VR, virtual reality. So let's step forward and understand how it's going to work. Okay, a candidate is shortlisted for a job. Using the virtual reality, he or she is shown how the environment is going to be while working within the organization with multiple fellow colleagues introducing themselves in this virtual reality world. Candidates sitting actually over there to understand, okay, this is going to be my job day in, day out. Should I sign up for this? Yes or no? All these things, the cultural fitment, how does my cafeteria look like? How does my breakout zone look like? All these things will be shown to the candidate way before he or she even is thinking of joining your organization. Now this, my friend, is the right investment. This, my friend, is the investment into the future, which saves humongous hours for you as an employer and for you as a candidate as well. Welcome to segment 2 of this vlog, personalizing the candidate experience. Now, candidates today expect a personalized experience. We'll uncover the methods how you can offer tailored interactions and provide a candidate with a very positive and nice and feel-good experience. And this will certainly set your company apart from the rest of the competition. So let's delve into it. So, talking first about tailored outreach. Now you see, every interaction that we have with our candidate or potential employee, as we call them, should be very unique. It should be distinctive. Why? Because not every candidate is same. Every two candidates are different from each other. You need to provide them with that particular information that they are looking for. You need to cultivate a sense of respect and value, because the potential candidate who might not be a good fit today, and that's the reason I call him or her a potential candidate, can be a good fitment for some other job. Being rejected in a particular interview does not take away the right of a candidate to know the feedback in regards to the interview that has been given by this particular candidate. Now this thing is again, it's a two-way road. It's a mutual respect that has to come from the candidate and by the employer as well. Both invest time, both invest money in appearing for interviews and conducting the interviews. And that's the reason I say you provide them with a tailored outreach. You should have a plan of communication and emails and SMSs and WhatsApp messages ready with you as to what needs to go to whom. And then even further down, when you approach a candidate, you should approach them with a meaningful conversation. You should approach them with understanding of what they are looking into, or else it's a totally monotonous road and there is no success happening. Customized information. So what do I mean by customized information? You need to first understand your candidate well, understand the needs of your candidate, and then offer the information what they actually need to hear from you, rather than giving them just a generic and monotonous information as we learned in the previous discussion. Now, by tailoring these conversations, we weave a tapestry of relevance where each candidate gets customized information, gets the information that they want to listen to, the meaningful exchanges. This is the key of developing a conversation, which in long term does not just simply end in an interview, but also becomes a long-term conversations. And as I said earlier, a candidate today is a potential employee. At the same time, a candidate today is a potential employee for the next job if rejected today for this job. Hope this helps. Virtual coffee sessions. An evolution in the recruitment is replacing traditional ways of conducting interview by virtual coffee chats. Now, what do I mean by that? Imagine a candidate sitting at his or her own convenience at her residence, enjoying a nice cup of coffee while talking to you as an interviewer, and you provide them the comfort and ease by not asking the conventional questions, but more questions, kind of probing them and getting information out of them as to what they are, how they are. These kind of questions will also help the candidate talk more about themselves. This will prove their cultural fitment. This will prove their fitment towards your company's ethos. A lot many factors can be evaluated with this simple trick. Now let's talk about skill relevant assessments. We have spoken about coffee chat interviews, virtual coffee chat. Now let's talk about skill relevant assessments. Come on, I understand the candidate is good as a cultural fit. I understand the candidate is going to fit into my team's working style. He or she is a fantastic human being, but that doesn't stop at all. You need to have those skills, the technical skills that are demanded by a particular job. Only then you're a good fit for job. But does that mean that I just need to ask you random questions about a technology? Do I really know whether this technology is going to be used by the candidate day in, day out? Who knows this? Yes, the hiring managers. We would expect the hiring manager to step down over here, list down the skills and the questions that are very important to him or her as a team manager, as an understanding person of the technology that will be utilized day in, day out by this very candidate, by this very potential employee, and then only ask those kind of questions to the candidate, so that you need to understand, the candidate will also be evaluated as per your understanding, and you will be able to understand the exact fitment of this candidate for the role that you are offering. Take a deep thinking about this. Realistic job previews. I know many companies who like to write essays when it comes to job descriptions. Do we really have time? Does a candidate really go through your essay? No, they don't. The research says 92% of the candidates don't even know what all factors are included in a job description, be alone the skill set. Nobody really cares to read through these 20-25 lines of job description surrounded by jargons. Rather than creating such serious job descriptions, why don't you go for simple job previews? Just list down the skill sets that you're looking for. List down the kind of work that this candidate is expected to do. And above all, you're going to enter the virtual reality pretty soon. We should utilize that technology, that kind of revolution to get the candidates understand how the job is going to be, and then let them apply for this job. Trust me, a majority of your sourcing costs are going to get down by usage of this technology and this methodology. So give it a think. Put realistic job previews. That is what is going to interest your potential candidates, your potential employees. Feedback and follow-up. Now, cultivating a culture of providing a constructive feedback after every interview results are published should be a practice of every organization. Now, whether it is providing a constructive feedback to a candidate who has been rejected, or providing a positive feedback to a candidate who has been shortlisted. Everything has to have a turnaround time. You should define your process of providing these feedbacks either through email, WhatsApp, text. Any kind of communication plan should be in a place. What happens is this creates a mutual respect amongst you and your employee, or amongst you and your employer. Creates a very good rapport as to, in the future, if you want to work together, that will certainly prove to be a boon. So, my dear friends, always get in a habit of providing feedback and follow-ups. Okay, in this modern world, which is certainly being replaced by a lot of automation, a lot of AI, giving that human touch is setting up a process. Is setting up a process for that AI to understand, buddy, you know what, at the end of the day, person who's investing time for this interview needs to get a feedback. And that's what you should be trying to do. And now we are moving to the segment 3 of our vlog, Global Talent and Remote Workplace. I'm gonna tell you about this with a simple example. Okay, Sarah, one of our executives who deals into our operations for Asia Pacific and for some parts of EMEA. Now she is based out of Philippines. When we started this hunt, we were not sure whether we can support a candidate to travel from India, settle down into Philippines, and then start working from there on a very virtual or even if we buy an office over there, it was going to be a very expensive and very tedious task. I cannot even articulate it to you in a perfect manner. That tedious. So what did we do? We hired someone from the America. Yes, you heard me right. For a job which could have been possible from Philippines, we hired someone in America. Why in America? Right. The apt answer to that one will be, I guess, and very honest answer, because we found the right skilled person with the right capabilities at the right time. Yes, this was all virtual. Today, Sarah works virtually with us, and she is happy, and so are we. Now, let me tell you how it started. It started with posting a free job ad on one of the social media sites. Sarah was one of the applicants who applied through it. We evaluated her profile and we loved it. We did mention her that this job was based out of Philippines. She came up with the idea about she working virtually and being available in each and every time zone as the job requires. That idea did fascinate me, because I was happy with the fact that I am finding someone with the skill set and capabilities that I am looking for in my budget, and someone who's willing to take up this challenge. Today, as we talk, Sarah is going to complete almost a year with us, and she's working with wonderful and flying colors. How did this all happen? It's all thanks to technology. Regular follow-ups throughout the day and week, conducting meetings with the camera switched on during these meetings, making sure that you are sending the right message of availability to your executive, to your bosses. This is very important. This is what builds the confidence. Taking a regular follow-up from your fellow colleagues, making sure that the work which is assigned is completed and reported back into the business, to make sure that the business is aware that yes, there is an entity who's not working physically with us, but virtually is absolutely dedicated to provide 100% of her time or his time for this particular work and is generating good results. That's the key, my friend. So next time when you are thinking of remote work and getting disturbed by the fact whether I'll find or no, please make sure that you should also find an organization wherein you will show the skills like Sarah did to us. And I'm sure the wonders will work for you as well. Talking about segment 4. This is very close to my heart. And this is a trend, as they call, but I'll talk more about it, which is navigating cultural diversity. Now, what do you mean by diversity hiring, first of all? You must have heard this term a lot in today's environment. What do you mean by diversity hiring? As far as I remember, earlier when I started, the diversity hiring was only and only limited to gender diversity, wherein people used to say, typically the corporate tycoons used to say that I would like to see same number of men and women working in my organization. Nobody really cared whether the woman was working in the shop floor or whether she was sitting in the corporate office and just being a data entry operator. But they wanted the gender equality right in place. Slowly and steadily, the cultural fitment, the ethnicity started, plugging in. Do we have the right set of ethnicity which is divided across the organization? Are we introducing everyone into the organization? Are we making our organization available to everyone out over there? Today, as we speak, my heart goes out filled with joy and happiness to all my differently abled peers and my friends. I am so happy with the fact that companies have actually come up with a plan of hiring differently abled people and making sure that they become one of us. And yes, they indeed become one of us when you eventually onboard them. All the people who have not taken up this step, please make sure you go ahead and take this step. You onboard these people, you see the charisma that they get into the organization, you see the energy and the power that they get into the organization. They have a special skill set and they will prove that whatever work is given to them dedicatedly with 100% dedication, they will complete that work and you will be satisfied and so will be they. Now, this is certainly a big step that you will need to decide as to which vertical you should be aligning them into, because I'm sure this comes with its own challenges. But that's, my friend, where you will have to sit down and chart up a charter to, initiate that cultural diversity, initiate that diversity hiring within your organization. And trust me, it will work wonders for you. Now, there's something that I've written down. I'm just going to quickly read that. This commitment isn't just a trend. This commitment isn't just a trend, it's a core value. It is a core value that will shape the future of recruitment and creating teams that mirror the vibrant tapestry of our world. Someone else has said it. I don't know, I just quoted that person. But thank you so much. My heart does go out to this beautiful line which has been written about cultural hiring, diversity and diversity hiring as a whole. So make up your mind, have the diversity hiring in place. Navigating the modern landscape of recruitment requires a blend of innovation, data-driven decisions, and the most important, focus on candidate experience. By understanding these key elements, my friends, you can position your organization into success, whether you are seeking top talent or you're looking for a perfect job for yourself. So, my friends, thank you so much for watching this first vlog of Raecroot on YouTube and Instagram and LinkedIn and many other channels that you're watching this on or hearing this as a podcast on Hubhopper or Spotify or any other channel. I am very grateful to all of you who are listening to this or watching this, and there are many more which are going to come every week out exclusively for you guys. You feel there are any questions, any suggestions, please feel free to connect with us at hello, that is HELLO at raecroot.com, or else you can also put it down in the comment box below and we will certainly react to that. Also, do not forget to share and subscribe to these video channel so that you can keep on getting more updates, and do like them all as well. From me and my team, it's thank you for today, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you. Bye.